Hello and welcome to King County at your service. I'm Enrique Cerna. We're here at Cary Park with a great view of Seattle's skyline. Of course, we're so lucky to live in such a beautiful place, surrounded by so much water. But can you imagine what it's like to patrol all of our lakes and rivers? Well, that's where King County's Marine Unit comes in.
That's our winner. The main mission is to make sure the boaters have a good time, but they do it safely. In the unit, we have 4 bodies. 4 deputies are assigned and 1 sergeant, so there's 5 of us in the unit. And with that, we patrol 8 contract cities, the unincorporated parts of King County, and that includes around Vashon Island and in front of Shoreline and Burien. We also have 250 miles of rivers that we have to make sure people are being safe on too. Sometimes we are on rafts in whitewater going down the rivers. We might be looking for missing hiker, missing swimmer that's fallen in the water, inner tubers that are reported late, and we have to go find them and get them back safely. We're all trained divers. We're all dive masters, and we go through the NOAA working diver class. We are out here every day. We're out patrolling. We have at least 2 boats out, and we're looking for things that aren't safe.
What we'd like to do is a safety inspection, see if you got all your safety gear today.
Okay, that's good.
You remember your tabs expire in June, right?
As soon as I get it back to the lift, I'm going to put the stickers on.
Oh, nice, you already did it.
Yeah,
Generally speaking, we're looking for the safety issues that will cause people harm if they're not enforced.
Once things start to go wrong and you're on the water, they go wrong quick. And it's not like your car where you can just step out of your boat and walk to a phone or something like that.
Okay, after he gets it up.
We also have a habit in our region of having cars end up in the water. Some of what we do is we dive to recover the cars. We've worked very hard over the last 9 years to reduce the number of fatalities caused by drowning. When I first came in this unit, we had a high number of fatalities up in the 20s. And with education and everything the state has done for the boater education card, we've brought the average number of fatalities down to around 7.
The folks who live in the South Park neighborhood are celebrating. After being closed for almost 4 years, the newly constructed South Park Bridge is now open to traffic. As Jeff Gentis tells us, not only is the new bridge a construction marvel, it's a work of art.
The Duwamish River through industrial Seattle is a place of rebirth. The water is being cleaned up. Shorelines are being replanted. And once about every 80 years, a bridge must be replaced. This is the old South Park Bridge, which more than served its use. And for the last few years, this is what South Park has had to endure until a new bridge could be built. But the wait is worth it, because thanks to King County, we didn't just build a bridge. We built a work of art.
I would say in some ways this project is a culmination of my public art career. To be able to do it on this massive scale is really, really exciting. They did a good job also with the pickets down here, cutting.
Barbara Grigudis is a world-renowned artist who won the assignment of a lifetime.
The bridge had already been designed, so really what was left for impact was the pedestrian railing. Any big public art project is a team effort. Public art entity for culture brought the artist into the process to interact with the engineers.
The very first time I met her and brought her out to the bridge, showed her all around, she's looking for inspiration. So we go down the stairs, open the door, and there's the rocker with this beautiful sunlight splashed across all the rivets, and she just stopped dead in her tracks and said, "Oh my gosh, this is it, this is it." It was just...
It immediately hit me. The minute I saw the gear mechanism and all these amazing pieces, the gears are the heart of the bridge. I wanted to daylight these bridge parts so that there is this contrast of old and new that comes together to create a work of art.
Fabrication for the bridge railings was a massive assignment taken on by Jesse Engineering in Tacoma. Over 2,000 feet of custom-made steel sections. Once the railings were assembled and polished, the final color needed to be something that fit the personality of the Northwest.
Find a color for this work of art that would reflect the light in different ways. These scalloped pickets on this railing catch the light, and they catch the light with a silver color. The task of taking these rockers and repurposing them as entry monuments to this bridge was huge. They're so sculptural and beautiful. I'd say in 20 years, everybody will think it is just a modern piece of sculpture. It was never a rocker. It is what it is today and will be that for the rest of its life.
Barbara Gregutis understood the place of South Park. She really got them, and they understood that she was really trying to deliver artwork and a bridge and a place and an experience that would be a real amenity to their neighborhood and a real connection to the soul and spirit of this place.
I'm totally sold on art and bridges now. It just adds so much to save the parts of the old bridge, especially the rockers. This one was so special, having all these extra elements.
The South Park neighborhood loved it. I don't always get that response.
Something old, something new. A little whimsy, and South Park now has a masterpiece spanning the Duwamish.
Somehow, I feel like I hit the mark in terms of bringing together all of these elements into a work of art.
By the way, the South Park Bridge carries more than 20,000 vehicles a day. Climate change. We're already seeing impacts here in King County with the rising waters and a shrinking snowpack. But the county is working hard to combat climate change, partnering with cities to green up everything they do.
Can a city like Renton do something and make a difference? We believe we can. We adopted our clean economy strategy in 2011. Some of the things we've done here are pretty amazing and really do make a difference. We've looked at energy savings, energy efficiency. We've retrofitted our facilities, all city buildings, to be more energy efficient. Just recently, we started and have completed a project where we've changed 4,000 street lights around the city to LED lights. And the best part is we actually got a grant to do this, and we encourage other cities to look for ways that they can also get grant funding, because these lights are brighter, they make the streets safer, the neighbors love it, and of course, it reduces greenhouse gas emissions and provides energy savings. We worked with Puget Sound Energy, where they sent out reports and they had folks do an audit of their energy use, provided them with ways that they could reduce their use, various things that you can do, small tips at home, which would dramatically reduce your energy use and, of course, provide you with energy savings. Our recycling programs are one of the most successful and well known in our region. We're the first out there. We're ahead of the curve again. We have instituted an every other week garbage collection program, and unlimited recycling and composting. We've actually diverted 25,000 tons of waste per year from the landfill with this program, and people love it. If you go around City Hall, various city buildings, the various stores in Renton, the Landing, IKEA, you'll see that we've installed electric vehicle charging stations. So once again, we're helping to facilitate and promote the use of cars that do not use fuel, that use electric, so that people can come charge their cars, whether they're at work at City Hall or shopping at the Landing. Another thing we did is we worked with Waste Management, that's our garbage provider, to change all their trucks to use natural gas. So here you have less emissions, again reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, quieter and just cleaner trucks that are going through our neighborhoods as they're collecting the garbage. We have a farmers market that runs from June through September. A farmers market brings local food, it reduces packaging, it gets people to get their stuff fresh.
With climate change becoming more realistic, I think that with the food price crisis that happened back in 2007, 2008, I think people are becoming more aware of the fact that things like the distance that a piece of produce travels to get to its end destination actually has a much broader impact than just an economic impact. The idea is that, you recognize where your food is coming from and you support those that are in your community. We're traveling, probably less to go get our food. We're becoming more conscious of what we're eating. Some of us might even be motivated to start gardening and grow our own food, which of course is, a big help in terms of climate change.
We have some great stories here with some of our key businesses in Renton, for example. We all hear about Boeing's efforts to look at alternate fuels and to be more, fuel efficient. The other things they do on an everyday basis is they've really increased their recycling goals. They're looking to achieve a 75% waste reduction goal. We have PACCAR has their truck production located in Renton, and they're known for their hybrid trucks. Let's talk about some of the smaller businesses. We have a business here called Service Linen. They're the ones that, hotels, restaurants, other industries send linens and, for their washing. About a year and a half ago, they installed this state-of-the-art washing machine that is now helping them save 20 million gallons of water per year, not to mention the related reductions in energy costs. We commend our partners for looking and working with us on this. We commend our residents for going that extra mile to recycle, to conserve energy, to conserve water, and really look at ways that we can all make this, a more climate-friendly city.
A walkable community is so important for Shoreline. In fact, it really is our community. We've invested a lot of money on this interurban trail. It's a great 3.2 mile trail, walking trail. It's paved. It's great for biking and for walking. It also gives our citizens a connection to different points in town, and it gives them the ability to walk to a grocery store instead of driving their car. So in Shoreline, we're passionate about sustainability. We're proud of our City Hall, and we are proud of our citizens who really want to get out and walk. It's great to see citizens being able to walk along Highway 99 and to have them be really safe. Aurora has been just a great project, $130 million investment from lots of different agencies, federal agencies. We've been able to put together a project that's just really great for traffic so that when people do have to drive, they're on a safe highway. But even better than that, we've got the Rapid Ride Line E running down it, and it's giving people the opportunity, again, to use transit instead of using their cars.
Walkable communities are important for not only the community but our environment because they keep individuals healthy, they keep families happy and together, and they reduce the carbon footprint of motor vehicles on our environment. They improve air quality and just make for a greater place to live. We're here at 145th Street, the border between Seattle and Shoreline, and by 2023 we hope to have a light rail station open here. The city of Shoreline is actively planning with a station area planning process and is hoping to make significant improvements to the 145th Street corridor to make it pedestrian and bicycle friendly so folks can get safely and easily to the light rail station.
We're super excited about light rail coming to Shoreline. It's really going to change our whole city. And as important as light rail coming is us being prepared for light rail. So we are in the process of developing some transit-oriented communities so that people will be able to live near the light rail stations, as well creating the infrastructure, the walkways that will get people from their houses to those light rail stations, so you can do it all with your feet. You can walk to the light rail station and then catch a train to go downtown. Part of our sidewalk program is safe routes to schools for kids. Our school district is something that we're all very proud of in Shoreline, but getting our kids to schools on foot is great, but also really giving kids an opportunity to learn about a method of transportation different from getting in a car or even on a bus, but using their feet and walking to school.
Shoreline is very progressive. They have their own climate action plan for reducing carbon footprint, and they're a partner with King County on our climate action plan as we work together as a region to reduce our carbon footprint and the impact on the environment.
We've seen great development come to Shoreline. We're really looking forward to more better things happening. The interurban trail, as I mentioned, is three miles of paved walking path. It follows the old interurban trolley line, which is really fun to think about that and to see some of the things along the trail as you walk. But we sort of boosted it up and we put in some great pedestrian bridges to cross Aurora safely so that people have an opportunity to really walk the whole thing. We've got a vision for Aurora Square, and this walking path, the interurban trail, is going to connect right to that. Aurora Square is going to be a hustle and bustling place in about 10 years.
It all adds up to partnership, working together through the King County City's climate collaboration. To find out more, visit kingcounty.gov/climate or call 206-477-4554.
Want to do your part to combat climate change? One way is to eat locally grown foods. Buy produce that hasn't been shipped from other places around the globe to feed your family.
Fruits and vegetables are easy to use, taste great, and help you and your family stay healthy. Visiting a farmer's market is one of the best ways to stock up. The produce is fresh from the farm and lasts longer. And now, many King County farmers markets accept your EBT benefits.
Hi. How much did you want to get off your card today?
Can I get $10?
$10?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Swipe your card, get market currency to spend, then shop with any farmer selling food you would normally buy with your EBT. Also, when you use your EBT card at Seattle farmers markets, double your money with Fresh Bucks, an EBT matching program for extra money to buy fruits and vegetables.
That one?
No, this one.
It's easy. When you shop at your neighborhood farmers market, you're helping farmers stay in business. Use matching dollars to help your family eat healthier and get more for your food budget. Farmers markets are a great free family activity.
And speaking of family, when you think of family and home, does it remind you of a song or maybe a poem? Well, you'll soon be seeing poems on Metro buses. Jeff Gentis has more about Metro's Poetry Bus.
Home was a gap the size of an ocean. It ached like a loose tooth.
A famous Russian poet once said, "Poetry is like a bird. It ignores all frontiers." In the coming months, locally written poetic works will take flight into every corner of King County on Metro Rapid Ride buses.
There's your poem. It might be your poem that's like traveling down 3rd Avenue.
As part of a 4-culture public arts campaign.
It speaks to the process of immigration, of migration, where the most probably memories are stored in your mind.
Is it a choice? It is an obligation over every single Muslim. Hijab guarantees you.
The goal of the campaign is to involve as many community voices as possible, to put thoughts into words, words into poems.
What is the first image when I say the word home? What do you hear when you hear the word home?
Do you know the smell of home? The smell of the cooked food, the little playful goats.
When I was younger, my grandma used to have a bunch of like little birds, and they were all inside this big cage, and whenever I'd walk out there, I could always hear them chirping in the background.
What did I hear when I thought about back home is that the voice of my mom.
There's this rich, resonant moment of community and memory, and there's a chord that's struck, and it's really palpable.
I wasn't sure I'd be able to actually say it without crying, so I may still cry.
Over the past several weeks, local workshops across King County in English, Russian, Somali, Spanish, and Vietnamese have opened the door to inspiration and begun turning cultural experience into a real art form. Some in English, many not.
Medio que trataba de algo así como de poesía. Y digo yo, eso es lo mío.
A good poem knows what it is in the 7 seconds that it takes for a bus to stop at a light and then take off again. And we're offering that gift to the entire Seattle public. We're hoping to literally fill Seattle with poetry.
Que la paso contigo. Cuando yo estoy contigo, eso más mejor.
In the Spanish-speaking workshop, the participants not only create a group poem, they turn that poem into lyrics and a song. The Poetry and Buses campaign is coming soon. Enjoy the ride, because after all, there's no place like home.
Thanks for joining us for King County at Your Service. I'm Enrique Cerna. We'll see you next time.